stock trading because it seems like a maybe dump. It's incoming. I do estimate maybe a double bottom here, maybe revisiting 76.
Mm-hmm.
But another part of me, it is telling me that we're making a higher low. So, what are your thoughts? And then
Oh.
show me yours and I show you mine.
Oh, okay. Fine. If you want to be embarrassed. No, I'm joking. Oh man. Yeah, so what's the tell? The tell is really the Nasdaq and the stock market. This morning you can see here the SPY dumping down here. Got a big gap down below that. I wouldn't be surprised if we filled it. We were also talking about the Nasdaq and some Wyckoff here. So we had our Wyckoff in here, right? Our spring, our shoot up, our push up, and then it really failed right here, right? So we didn't get our bull flag, right? We would want that to happen there. So right now it looks as though it's liquidity hunting, right? So liquidity hunting back down. So this is kind of the story, right? So this morning, if we go over to Bitcoin, I got long here because it's my birthday and I didn't give a shit. So where was I long? I was long right in here. Yeah. So before the dump. And I had many chances to break even. Okay, this was kind of the joke on the live stream. I could have broken even like 4 times. It was quite funny actually. Like break even, break even, break even, right? I think my entry was here or something like that. So yeah, there was like it came up. I think I was here. That's my entry, yeah. So it came up, I didn't exit, I didn't exit, I didn't exit, I didn't exit. And I was like, this is gonna go down the whole time. So I should have broken even. Of course, hindsight's 2020. However, that's fine. I got stopped out for $300. It turned into 500 because of slippage because it ripped downwards. So I lost 500, which was kind of upsetting. I was kind of pissed off. But then I teach you guys this all the time. We have an order block retest continuation down. So how do you get on a trend, right? We talk about this all the time. So I was able right here. We don't trade this. This is dangerous. You see the order block in here, right there. Here's your order block. Okay. You go short here. Stop loss above the wick. Continuation into your 786, the one OC is talking about right now. Okay. I was able to take this and make a beautiful night. How much was it? Yeah, $485. So nice. So break even. And now since then, I have a $180 win, a $300 win, and an $80 win. So it shows you a good risk management. Even taking a silly, stupid loss like I did this morning, because I do good risk management, I can survive, right? I can survive that. Right now we have a famous Alex O'Crypto sausage dog because it's really short and it's got a big ass head, you know? But right now we got a little and a cute little tail. But right now we got a little balloon dog. OC wants to see 786. I do too. To be honest, I would like to see sweep down here. But fair value gap, retest of the lows, retest of these lows in here, breakdown, recover, continuation. Okay, and this is very, very short term time frames. Okay, when I zoom out, let's go on the 1 hour here. 2 hour maybe. Yeah, that's good. Where are we looking for a bounce, right? That's what we got to ask ourselves. We can get rid of the trend lines here. So, when looking at this, what do you notice? We notice that there's a range. You can go all the way back here, but your range is here. Okay. Very easy. You should be able to identify this. Okay. Now, what was happening is we were holding here. You can see the wicks. the wicks, okay? So if we are to lose this area here, you would think it would be fast to go down, okay? So it rolled over this morning, right? It rolled over. Now we have a couple of key areas. I think OC is talking about the 786 right below us here, right at 81,000. Okay, we have just missed it. You see? Front ran it a little bit, which is okay. That's why you think maybe double bottom. So we still have that hopium for price to come down and bounce off of 81,000 if we are going to. That's what we're looking for right in here. Okay. That would give us a higher low, which would be bullish. And then we will try again at 85,000. But for now, we are in a downtrend. We had a couple signs here to get short as well, so we can look at that as well. Okay. What allows us to get short in here? Okay, so looking at this here. Last night, we had 3 drives of bearish divergence up at 85,000. Boop, boop. Okay. Oh my God, that's my worst nightmare, Lunar Beaches crypto. It's my worst nightmare. 3 drives bearish divergence. Let's go on 5-minute. Love this pattern. As soon as you break structure here, you can short it. Okay. Break structure, short, stop loss above the high, target, back down to the low of the range. Okay. Beautiful short trade. Obviously, even better. Now, what the key is as well is understanding what did we do this morning. Now, this is where I failed this morning to recognize why we should have been getting short. Now, I was looking for this to put in a higher low and bounce, okay? That's what I was looking for because this was only a 0.5 Fibonacci retracement. So if I go from swing high to swing low, you got 0.5. I was looking for higher, okay? So I would have liked to see this come up into here before this. So I thought double bottom, continuation. Look, we got the bull divs in here. Bull divs aren't always perfect. Looking for that push back up. We got VWAP above us in here. Okay. That's why I took the long this morning. I clearly should have closed at break even. Didn't. Okay. But the big tell this morning of why we dumped is this low here. Getting below this low here. This is a lower low. This is a lower high. So we have significant structure change on a higher term time frame, okay? This is telling me we should look for continuation down. So I should have been looking for a short this morning. I thought we were a bit overextended that we could come up and then short. But at the end of the day, the short played, the long didn't. However, there's a way to jump on the trend that like I just showed you. So now we'll see if the 786 holds. We are in this balloon dog thingy. Ugly cup and handle sort of thing. Like OC, I'm in the camp of sweep and bounce. That would be ideal. Bit overextended here to the upside. So we wait. Okay. Another thing to look at as well is we can look for a revisit of previous lows in here and a rejection. Okay. We'll see if it does manage to get above there. Now, looking at VWAP, we're below VWAP here, so we could simply get that bull flag and that break up into our supply zone up in here. Okay, because there is liquidity in here. So we could come and recover the liquidity here and then continue down. That's very much on the table. Okay. So whether we pop from here or whether we pop from here. I'm expecting a little bit of relief, but understanding we are still in a downtrend. Now, I'm bearish on that picture, man. It's freaking me out. I almost need to erase it from my screen.
Ah!
Get away. There, now I can't see him. The worst prime minister in Canadian history. Ruined our
The
economy.
devil itself.
Bro, it's so bad. Do you know Canada has more tax collecting agents than military?
You're gonna be kidding me, man.
There's more people who are paid to hunt you down for your taxes than in our military.
Man, that's that cool.
He's the
That's
future.
crazy.
He's the future governor of Canada. Yeah, exactly. Crazy. Anyways, you know Fidel Castro is his father. Did you know that?
Oh, I've heard that, man. I've
Have you
heard
seen
that.
the pictures?
Yes, they're pretty alike.
Bro, it's a twin, bro. So yeah,
I
for the
would
rest of today, go on.
I wouldn't say it's sweet, but when you see the video and the way they compare it, that's freaky, man.
Bro, but we got a daily blue dot, man. We're gonna pump. The daily blue dot. We'll see. I would expect another sweep. 3 drives down low. Because if we lose where we are right now, there's not much holding us up. That's the problem. If we zoom out here and we use, look where our median for this is. Okay. We fall 73,000, 72,000, one of my key areas, right? I'm looking there, right? So if this, then that, a little bit of relief for the rest of the day, maybe. Tomorrow's FOMC, friends. Tomorrow, they need Jerome Powell to say, everything is good. We're going to cut rates. We're going to the moon. If he doesn't do that, we're fucked. He could crash it tomorrow. Everything points to tomorrow. So it's my birthday. Don't get too excited today. There's going to be opportunity. I would expect this to come back up a little bit for some relief first before we continue down. Now, if we're pulling just a basic fixed range volume profile tool and we're looking at this, we can go from like the mid area here and look. You see what I mean about there's not a lot of volume holding us up here, right? We're at a value area low. We lost our point of control, big volume node above us. So typically, we are looking to revisit this area right here for a beautiful short. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for this, in my opinion. That would be the trade setup. But we want to get in safely. Right around 82, 200 is where you hit that. You can see here on your volume where you hit a shelf. 82, 300, 83, 200. You're going to have some trouble getting above there now that you've lost that. That's this morning's rollover, right? You're holding on, you're holding on, you're holding on. You bounced, you bounced, you bounced, you bounced, and then whee, right? That's your big wall of China now that you have to push through in order to continue upwards. And like OC said, I would expect this before this. But it's being prepared. If we start ripping, you guys know how to get on the trend, right? For now, this in my opinion is the perfect way to trap longs. You roll over, okay? You 786 spook. You give people a bull flag for how long? How long has it been? 10:25. It's been an hour in a bull flag. You're sitting in a bull flag for an hour. People long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. And then you're going to wreck them either way. Doesn't really matter. Someone's going to get hurt, right? The hopium would be that we break, we get that rejection, maybe double top or whatever in here, and then we go down. That's the hopium. If you're short-term time trading, you can, and like I've gotten long twice here. I've gotten long here, got out, got long here, got out. Maybe I should have got long again. But intentional, quick scalp, right? But this, you're looking to break out. You could get the fake out, bearish divergence, rocks you. Okay, so the big idea is that we are in a downtrend. We are looking for some sort of relief coming down from here, fair value gap, push up into there, rejection. Big time versus little times, right? So intentional with your trading today. What do you think, OC? Are you going to take the rest of the day off now? You agree?
Absolutely. You know what? Let's do a quick run up, and then we'll go off for you to enjoy your birthday. Nonetheless, guys, remember that we have a secondary class today in the afternoon. Check out the event section if you want to join today. I will be hosting it. And also, we have a new show on the Piper Academy. It's going to be hosted by me, Alex. Whenever you want to jump in, please be my guest. I'll be more than happy for you to join. I know you're crazy busy, and so whenever you're bored or whatever, I'll be around that time. So let's take a look at what I was watching here. Wait, when is the new show? See, that's going to be today at 6 p.m. EST on the Piper Academy show. I'm going to be taking the Trade Academy, and we're going to be concentrating on chapters. So we're going to be doing chapter 1 starting from scratch, chapter 2 using basic theory, chapter 3 entering trades, chapter 4 managing risk, so on and so forth. I'll build up, I'll release the chapter setup after the third class, so we can kind of like jump in, start looking at indicators, start looking at charts, so on and so forth, get used to the trading view, and then we're going to be doing the chapter classes. It's going to be 30 minutes of me teaching how to trade, theory, and then 30 minutes of only trade setups based on that learning scenario. Once we get over with the chapters, we're going to be taking a look at just freestyle trading on it, depending on what we like the most. So yeah, that's going to be basically the basic plan for the new trade setup show. It's just
cool.
going to be, it's going to be just Piper, this new show. By the way, today's late show, it is here on the Discord, on this Discord. The other show, it's gonna be on Piper Academy. So yeah, today is a pretty packful day for me. But yeah, let's get it going here on what I got. And yeah, actually, Alex read my mind. I mean, with one single, just kind of like looking for a bounce, he already knew what I was looking at. So, yep, basically looking at a possible bounce all the way back here for a swing trade. I do expect us to go a little bit higher. In fact, we are moving, we're making that move right away. And that is because, where is it? Where are you? There we go. We have not only a great resistance, but also a loud order block up here. So I do expect a little bit more movement to the upside, and then rejection, maybe trickle down in here, and then maybe sweep of the lows. And then we start moving to the upside. Basically just making a big range in here. And that's because we're going low. We have the little range in here that we had also sort of a V-shaped recovery. That is not equal to 70% chances, right? I don't know what percentage it is, right? Why? Because this is not a perfect V-shaped recovery. When we are starting to have drift on patterns, I cannot hold the promise of the pattern of being 60, 70, whatever percent and give you for range. But so far, I still believe that we could have a range scenario in here before we start hitting dynamic reactor and then seeing what's going to happen. I will be just waiting for either to hold above. Remember, as we are below, we drip. As we are above, we pull. All right, and so on, rinse and repeat, right? Above, look at that, going up, being below, we can go down. As we are above, there we go up. As we are in the like breaking back and back and forth, we also break back and forth, right? Against above, going up, below, going down. So it's pretty straightforward. So at this point, we're breaking above the zero line. That's why I always tell you guys, look at your zero line. It is very important. Either we are above or below. That will give you certain bullish or bearish points to start predicting or speculating on the direction of the trade or the next possible movement. All right. So far, we're above. Here, we're breaking all the way from here. So as you can see, I am expecting a little bit of a bullish movement right from here to the order block at this area, somewhere around 82,300. 82,400, somewhere around those areas. I was also looking at the 4-hour. 4-hour not looking that good, but let's do a little bit of a recapping here, right? And this is the recap that I want to do on the 4 hours. This blue movement or these blue lines are copied and pasted from the 2021 cycle. Remember when we dropped and everybody was, yeah, bear market, we ranged and we went up. As you can see, we're basically onto it, right? Let me go back to Wyckoff here. We talked about this on the Piper Academy, but let me just touch back a little bit. This is the pattern that we're seeing on Bitcoin, right? Is it not? I mean, look at that. Big movement to the upside. Where is Wyckoff? Here we go. Big movement to the outside. Two tops, one higher, and then trickle down, right? So what we see on Bitcoin, oh, not that one. There we go. Two tops, one higher, and then trickle down. All right. So we're basically on that Wyckoff distribution phase. But at this point, as you can see, it faints, right? It faints. Why does it faint? Because right here, anything can happen. And let me show you what I believe it could happen. Right here. We do a secondary Wyckoff. Remember, we talked about this on some of the classes. Wyckoff inception, we called it, right? Let me show it to you. There it is. Basically, this is what I am expecting. A couple of months or a couple of weeks of ranging here. Let me just hide that path for a second so it is cleaner. There we go. This is exactly what I'm expecting. Let me also bring this up. Come on. Perfect. All right. So this is basically what I'm expecting. And as you can see, we have a further movement to the downside also on Bitcoin 4 hours. So this is daily. Let's go back to the 4 hour here and look for the ST area here, right? So let me go back in here. This is a cleaner one, 4 hours. All right. So talking about that ST area, and we have basically the same two lines in here. I will be estimating that we have something like that to create also either a double bottom or at least, better yet, a higher low. This, if we create a higher low, I believe that we're going to have a real chance to start looking for a good scheme here for trading. So basically going farther up in here to the range or even to this range, basically breaking through, going back, maybe making something like this, and then so on and so forth. What we want to start breaking, it is the big trend line that we have going on. Not this one. This one, it is what I'm expecting for the rest of the year, right? So basically going back down all the way to 66 in the worst case scenario, and then going all the way around 121, 130 for the best case scenario, right? So basically this huge movement. That's why I have detached it a little bit from this range so we can trade this, right, as it comes. So we're not fixed into one single speculation, ignoring everything else that is juicy in between, right? So when you eat a torta or when you eat a sandwich, well, you want to eat not just the two buns, right? You also want to eat whatever it is in the middle, not when it's a hot dog, right, Alex? You eat hot dogs differently. You get the buns, you ignore the sausage, as we have learned here. So, all right. So, talking about that, just be careful on what is happening at this point. Let me bring up my indicators in here. You see that we have a liquidity zone in here. So, again, I could be expecting a higher low, something like that. I'm going to be kind of like waiting for a flip of the ribbon. This is a highly bearish volume zone, all right, or liquidity zone, which means I most likely I'm going to go and have a bounce. Yes, because guys, here's the secret. Everything, it's a support and it's a resistance, right? Everything. But then remember that just like in video games, every single thing has a different name because have a different power up, right? Order blocks, they're magnetic, but they disappear suddenly, right? So liquidity zones, they're invisible until we hit them, right? And then you use them again, but you know from their existence from the past, if that makes sense, right? So support and resistance, they're built up over time and get stronger over time, right? So as you can see, everything is a support, everything is a resistance, but everything has a different power up. As you learn the different power ups, you're gonna get better at trading, right? You're gonna be better at speculating the movement of the ranges, movement of the cycles, movement of the structure, right? So on and so forth. So having said that, I don't know how big are we gonna be pushing. Maybe not as far up. Maybe we just do somewhere around 82K for a bounce, right? And then going back to somewhere around 78. Why am I estimating 78? Because look at my disparity volume in here, right? My disparity volume, those usually means that I have a smart money action acting upon these areas in here. As you can see, that's why I'm aiming to here, maybe at the edge of that liquidity box, all right? So as you can see, that's where the confluence is building up, right? And how do we trade this? If you are the 4 hours, we need to wait. We need to wait for this candle to close, and I will be looking for a flip of the ribbon. Do not be impatient with this kind of candles, because at this area, look at how many kind of candles we have like that. And what do I mean with that kind? I mean with big wicks. Usually we look for big wicks to start predicting reversals. But this is a high volatility zone. Look at this big wick. Look at this big wick. Yes, of course. Yeah, big wick. But based on this big wick, I would have actually kind of thought that we're going to go higher, right? But still. So that's what I'm telling you. The big wick at this point is not the whole story. Look at that big wick, right? I would think based on that big wick that we would going farther down immediately. But no, we did a double top and then we're moving down here. So just in the 4 hours especially, right? In 4 hours especially, be careful with the wicks at this point. Remember, that is the volatility factor per candle because we reached, but we did not hold it, all right? So that is the volatility factor per candle. Basically, we have a lot of micro volatility in the market. Everybody's buying, everybody's selling, everybody's regretting of their actions. So wait for the big move. How do you wait for the big move? And I want to give you guys that friendly advice. You wait for the big moves on the big ballsy areas, right? What are the big ballsy areas? There you go. Look at those big, huge order blocks, right? So again, look at that. Where could we be looking for that? Maybe in between those two order blocks, right? What do we have there before? Oh, look at that. Right below this liquidity, almost about to grab this other liquidity, right? Also remember what we had there. Oh, come on. This is it. The smart money area zones, right? So those are the big ballsy zones. Why? Because it needs some cojones, right, to wait for the market and then jump in where you need to start grabbing those movements. Always use a stop loss, all right? Always use a stop loss. So that is basically what I want to show you guys. It's looking a little bit bearish. If we start bouncing from here, again, I do believe that we could be bouncing here. Be careful, because in the 4 hour, this is not something that I really want to take, right? This is less than a 2%, less than a 3%. If we're trading this on the 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, I think that will be a great trade, right? But you need to be aware of the fast changing pair candle on the 4 hours, right? Good point for short now would be at the resistance. Rush, let me bring up here. I see that you're always participating, and I want to spend a little extra time with you, my friend. I really appreciate the traders like you that take it seriously and they keep asking questions, That really represents a lot of your interest to learn, right? Let's do this together. So be ready on your keyboard. You're looking for a short, right? Okay, so you said good point for a short will be, right? So, okay, that tells me that you might be looking for a short. Let's get started with the very basics. Where do we short, right? Don't tell me numbers, just tell me mantras, right? We short at what?
At support.
Yeah, absolutely. I love your resistance, man. Yeah. So we short at what? At resistance, right? Don't be shy, my friend.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. We're doing this together.
It's my birthday. I can say what I want.
You are correct, my friend. You are correct. All right, so we short at resistance, right? So let's see that right here we have a manual, very fucked up trend line that I manually did, right? But let's kind of like do it a little more professional. Like, let's grab this top, stops, and we have kind of like a resistance here. Also, look at it here. We have an area of resistance, right? Let's now turn on something else here. Oh, there we go. For example, look at how am I going through my indicators, right?
Raj said to short. I took the short.
Oh, you took it. But you took it in 1 minute.
It's my birthday.
Nice. Love it, my friend. So look at what we got here. We have a golden line, right? Right there. What else? So basically, I'm just letting the indicators tell me where is the resistance, right? So as you can see right here, a good area of shorting the price would be between 83, right? And the trend line, 84. Whatever you like between here. What is it?
Can I long?
Long at that. Oh, right now? I'm not looking at the same chart, my friend. You're in the short right now. Nice.
I gave you guys the box to short from. 82, 150.
Rush says, but it won't go there now. How do you know? We're talking about right now the 4 hour time frame, right? We're talking about the 4 hour time frame. So the current candle, I would not be trading the current candle. I need for the next candle to bounce in here and then going up, because you asked for a short setup. So looking at the 4 hour candle, what we're looking right now, this is what you're trading. Maybe you're looking to take a right now trade. The 4 hour doesn't have it for you. The 4 hour, it doesn't have it for you. If you need to, or you want to take a right now trade, well then, if the 4 hour doesn't have it, let's go to the 2 hour, right? If the 2 hour doesn't have it, let's go to the 1 hour. The 1 hour seems to have a long position. In fact, we're one candle short of the 1 hour. Yep, look at that, reversal. Somewhere around some support with liquidity sweep, right? What's gonna be your long position? Look at that, to the resistance. Long to the resistance. Guess what we predicted on the 4 hour? But in the 4 hour, we cannot trade that, right? Well then, maybe, and by the way, I would still, this is too late for this entry. I would still maybe be waiting for another sweep of the low for a double bottom here, somewhere around 81K entry. But if you want maybe something like right away, well, we should be now be taking a look at what Alex is doing. Look at that. Remember that resistance area? Look at that beautiful candle that Alex took, right? On the short. And why was that? Remember what I showed you also. Well, Alex also showed it to you, but we had a resistance, but I did not show you the resistance. I showed you the
Retest
order
the
block.
previous highs, volume level, volume wall, man. That's it, right? Order block.
Yeah,
It's all there.
exactly. And on the 5 minutes, that right at the very beginning of my turn after Alex showed you, remember I told you we have a line in here and we have the order block. So your entry is somewhere around here for the 5 minutes. That was for the 5 minutes. Now it's gone. What's going to be your entry for the 5 minutes? Long it from here to there, and then maybe come back down all the way here, right? Let me just remove this.
So now long?
What is it?
So go long now?
Not just yet. Are you going to be going long? No, I'm going to be longing at 81. Let me pass it over to
I'm
you,
not
my
long.
friend. You are much
I'm
more
not long.
active right now.
I'm not long. It's my birthday. I'm just playing around. I'm just
All
playing
right.
around. You know what I'm
So-
what I'm doing? So one thing that I use for cheating is the Bollinger Band. Okay, so you got the tool here. Look at this. Okay, look at this. Okay, we're in a downtrend, so anytime you're looking over the cliff, you're looking to 35, buddy. 35 today. I'm going over the edge. So the Bollinger Band. I don't know if I shouldn't call it. I shouldn't disrespect it. The quantum band, okay, the quantum band. Hello, it's the quantum band on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, you want the quantum band here? It's a fancy
I need-
band, okay?
I need
It's
my
like
monocle
buying,
for
it's
that.
like buying Band-Aid
Quantum
versus dollar store Band-Aids. It's the quantum band, okay? But you can see here when you're in the middle of the quantum band, anytime you deviate in trend, okay, with trend, anytime you touch the top, it's a pretty good short, okay? So you can see. Now you said, why don't we come up to VWAP? Because, and I have lots of VWAP videos on my channel, Raj, so you can watch those as well. But with VWAP, VWAP behaves one of two ways. It acts as a trend and a resistance line, which it is doing today, or it acts as a magnet. Okay, you can see that it acted as a magnet in here, but for our whole day, which started here, it has acted as a resistance trend all the way down. You see how it's not touching VWAP here, and it's not touching VWAP in here? Okay, this is just staying below the average price for the day, which is giving us the downtrend for the day. Okay, on other days, you can see for this example here, it acts as a magnet. So anytime you deviate outside, you return to the band, okay? You deviate, you return. You deviate, you return. You deviate, you return. Okay? You deviate, you return. Okay? And then it runs away for the rest of the day. Guess what? You start a new day. The VWAP acts as a trend here. You see how it only really acts as support and resistance in this little spot here? And that was after an aggressive push. So for today, right? It's acted as a trend. Some days it acts as a magnet. You have to be able to make that decision when you come to the charts in the morning. Just look at what the VWAP's doing for that day. So let's just go to any random day. And it snaps every day. So here's a snap. Okay. So what is it doing? Our trading day starts right here at 8 a.m. So we get this information, right, to start our day. What did it do? It was holding an uptrend. It deviated. It returned. So it's acting as a magnet. Now for the rest of the day, anytime it deviates, I can take it back to VWAP. Okay. Okay. You got to identify that. Look, new day. What does it do today? It acts as support, right? And then we start our trading day right here, 8 a.m. Okay. Very aggressive push into VWAP. Okay. Pushing out. this is just a crazy day. Okay, I wouldn't. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. So, but you can see how it behaves, and it's going to give you. Think of it as an average price. So the average price is up here. So right now in a downtrend, if you get sufficient enough bottoming structure, meaning lows come in and you get a higher low and continuation, right? You got to break this structure in here, but really you haven't broken structure up here, right? So what you want to see is price come back down and put in a higher low and then break this, and that's where you're going to get long. And then you can target up to VWAP as an average price. Okay. It's a target today. If we get there, we get there. If not, we treat it as a downtrend all day. Printing money today, baby. Let's go.
All right, Raj. This is to answer your question. Also, like remember what we were just saying. Remember we called the first bounce in here, right? Up and up a short. Now where we're getting to soft order block with a predictive range in here, right? Also, where are you? Management, sir. I mean, I don't know how to read your name. I'm so sorry. Uh, let me know how can I call you? How do I pronounce it? That Meno. Maybe
Oh,
that I
Mano,
can call you
Mano.
Meno. Yeah. Rather better question. When should we wait for confirmation when you are not waiting for, should we not waiting for questions? Confirm, when should we not
Confirmation.
waiting for? All right, for it. So, when you're talking about order blocks, the order block is a resistance or a support, depending what you're looking at. Your confirmation will be the gathering of different indicators, right? So basically, that's a very hard question to answer because that depends on your style, what works the best for you. For me, I need at least 3 different indicators to tell me that I'm gonna be bouncing from there. And the last one that hits, that is my confirmation. So that is dynamic. In this point, look at that order block being taken, right? That's not a confirmation. That is a support being taken. What is my next one? All the way here, right? And what is my final one? Maybe my my oscillator flip of the ribbon, right? So when am I going to be taking that? Well, then I'm going to be deciding, like for example, right now that I want to front run this, and I will be just waiting for one more candle maybe to start having that flattening of the oscillator, maybe getting closer between those two areas, and that's where I'm gonna be taking the trade, right? If that does not happen, I wait for the candle close, right, and see how the next candle reacts. So that is gonna be for me my confirmation setup. Alex, do you have a different set of confirmation for this case? Or do you see maybe how do you see the same long that I'm seeing?
For a long or for in
Or
general?
in general, I think that would be a better answer.
Yeah. So like you have to confirmation trading is so important. I mean, especially if you're new. It's gonna it's gonna give you a little bit of peace. Okay. Uh confirmation. Okay, so we're trying to see a reversal here, right? So we want to go off of what's giving us a confirmation and what isn't giving us confirmation. Okay, so up here we have a key level of resistance. We have 3 drives, bearish divergence. We have a mitigation of the low. We can take a short here. Stop loss goes above the low, high here. Confirmation is waiting for this to close below this low here. That would be confirmation to get short here. If you want to rush it, you would be looking for maybe an SFP up at the high here. So you'd have this high already, and you'd be looking for the SFP, your regular whatever, maybe 1% stop loss, and you're looking to take this to the low. Okay, that would be swing failure pattern. So it swung and it failed to continue upwards. Swing failure pattern. Okay, bearish divergence. Okay, just like in here. You got 3 drives, bullish divergence, boop, 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 right? You wait for this. We took this long yesterday. You wait for this to break here. You get long here. You take this up. Okay? We took this yesterday. That's confirmation. Confirmation is market structure that's going down, breaking. Okay, so if you're looking at this and you zoom right in here, so it's black. Okay. If you're breaking down, you break above, you change direction, higher, low. You can go off the higher low, stop loss below the low. Or the safer way is that you wait for this candle to close above this high here. Enter here, stop loss either below this low or this low here. Okay, that's confirmation. So if we're going to where we are right now, right, we do not have confirmation of any market structure. We have higher highs, higher lows. What is this? Can you tell me what this is? This is a bear flag. That's all this is, off of a short-term time frame. This is a small bear flag that's breaking down. Okay, we have had a recovery, but until we start closing above this level here or above this high here, we are waiting for confirmation. So what gives us confirmation is, yes, we've pushed up here. Great. Now, in order to confirm this, we can either use this. So we have a higher high, higher low here, break, but we haven't had this low hold. So we want to see this hold here and break above this high here. That would be your confirmation here. Okay. Now you can front run this like I just talked about. You can say that, hey, we put in a double bottom here. You put in a higher high and a higher low here. You can take the breakout trade here, which is very risky because we know there's resistance in front of us. Okay. So are you looking to trade a midget trade like this? Because you can do it. You can do it. I'm not saying you can't. Or would you rather be alongside trend, the level I gave you right from the start of the stream, right? We can go and zoom out again, and I can show you exactly where we gave it to you. We drew the big line on it for you this morning, right? You go back over. OC gave you the order block in Confluence. What's the order block trade? We showed you that this morning as well. If there's an order block in here, just like we said within here, you put your entry at the beginning of the order block and your stop loss above the wick, and you look to continuation down, right? What time frame was that, OC?
For me, it was the 5 minutes.
So if you're on the 5-minute order block, right? And it's in here. Stop loss above the highs, right? Above the order block, above the highs at the beginning of the order block right here. So that's the trade setup. That's how I've shown you how to do it, right? So your stop loss goes above the high here of the order block. Entries at the beginning of the order block. You target. Well, you should have your targets down below, but maybe it's the liquidity of the lows. So you've had all of the setups in advance. It's taking this and applying it, right? That's the hard part. And managing your risk, right? Because we're not going to be perfect. Sometimes this is going to go to VWAP. Sometimes it's going to break out. That's why we use good risk management. But your setup's been there the whole time. That's why I got into this trade, and that's why you can get into this trade, right? Now we're making all our money back for that little loss today and having a happy birthday. Going to go and buy some steaks today, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. By the way, just so you know, I'm already
It's all
having
there.
trade to the long trade. Let me show you guys here. So my basically, I am slightly for running the oscillator. So basically, I'm just entered right here as we're touching this line. Look at the order block; it's gone. The order will disappear. We already have take all of its volume here out of the liquidity, and I'm long out of this lining here. My stop loss is very short. I think that we're gonna be going lower, but I am trying to at this point long the midget trade, right? Again, this is just proof of concept, just to show you real live how I enter here and how the confirmation looked, and also what I'm expecting. Again, that doesn't mean I'm gonna be completely right, but that means that I'm taking the possibilities on my side, all right? And by the way, this is half of a position. Why? Because we are not into that big ballsy area that we talked about. This is just a weak area, flimsy, wimpy area that I'm just, maybe in the best case scenario, try to do one of these trades very easy and fast, all right? So just giving you guys a heads up in here, I force myself to take that trade And that's basically it. By the way, we were supposed to end up early for Alex to go grab some steaks, but seems like we're right at the edge of the time. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Alex, happy birthday, my friend. Hopefully you have an awesome
Thanks,
day.
bro.
Thank you for being here on your birthday.
Always, man. Too old to not work. Gotta be here. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for the birthday wishes, and have a great rest of your day.
See you guys.
Later.